Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to another edition of Have You Seen It? I am your host, Denise, and this week I'm going to review a Netflix movie. The title of the movie is called The Son, and it stars Hugh Jackman, Laura Dern, Vanessa Kirby, Zen McGrath, and a cameo by Anthony Hopkins. The main characters are Peter, Kate, Beth, and Nicholas, who play a divorced couple, a partner, and a son who is quite troubled in this movie. In this movie, Hugh Jackman's character is a very, very successful businessman or executive in some degree. And he's very busy. He's away from home quite a bit. He lives with his partner, played by Vanessa Kirby. She plays the role of Beth. And they have a new baby, So because he's so busy and away all of the time, she has the responsibility of caring for the child, for the most part, almost by herself because of his absence. In this movie, he has an opportunity to work with a senator in Washington, D.C., which could take him away from his partner and new baby even more. So that's where Hugh Jackman's character is, Peter. That is his character. So that's what's going on with Peter and Beth. And then you have Kate, who's played by Laura Dern. She is the mother of Peter and her son, Nicholas. So they have a son, Nicholas. He's a teenager, and he lives with the mother, but he's going through something. We don't know what it is, but mom just doesn't know how to deal with it or deal with it effectively. So she brings her son to his daddy, knocks on his door, and says, here, you need to help me fix whatever's going on with this child. And so Nicholas comes to live with his father and his father's partner and their baby. In this movie, the character Nicholas, you can tell there's something going on because he's always sullen. He kind of mopes around. He doesn't have a lot of conversation for anybody. Doesn't seem to have any real interest. Not a lot of friends going on. So right there, should tell mom and dad a little something, but we press on. Come to find out that Nicholas has not attended school in a month. He's been getting up, putting that backpack on, eating his breakfast, and walking out the door, but he's going past his school and doing God knows what all day long. So, of course, when the parents find out about it, Hugh Jackman is now the custodial parent, if you will, and he's not feeling it, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. Why are you skipping school? If you're going to live here, there are rules you got to follow. We can't be doing this. You've got a life that you need to get yourself together because you're in high school, you've got to graduate, you've got SATs, all of that stuff. So he's filling the kid's head with all of this information, but it's going in one ear and out the other. Meanwhile, Beth, the partner, she, is kind of watching what's going on with this kid, and she thinks there's a little bit more to him just, moping around. She is kind of fearful of this child because of his behavior and, the lack of interaction that he has, not only with the family, but with the outside world. So we fast forward, and because the child seems to be despondent, the parents put him in therapy. Kid doesn't want to go to therapy, but they're like, hey, we don't know how to help you. We want to, but you're not giving us any information. We don't know what's wrong. And we want you to be safe, and we want you to be healthy, but this is the path that we need to take. They take that path, and in a reflective state, Peter, the dad, thinks back to his childhood. So they have, some flashbacks of when he had interactions with his father, who's played by Anthony Hopkins. And we find out very quickly that their relationship was not one that was healthy. And so you've got Peter dealing with his past, his relationship with his dad. You've got him, reflecting on how Nicholas was as a child and his relationship with him as a child. He was obviously a very different person back then. He's also dealing with his relationship with his partner, who is not happy about the son living there and being, despondent and kind of, showing some signs of being a little disturbed. And then, of course, the child himself is still upset because the parents divorced and dad left, fell in love with another woman, and they had another, had a child together. So you got all of this stuff going on in this movie. When I'm watching this movie, I've never experienced what this family is going through. So I can't tell you whether or not, the character Nicholas, you weren't playing that role the right way. You didn't sell me on being a depressed child. So I don't have any background in that area. But I think that anybody watching this movie who has had that type of experience with a child or even a family member who's showing signs of what could be depression and not knowing how to help them, and that person not being able to express themselves, this may touch them in a particular way. So I thought the movie was okay. It was 2 hours, maybe a little bit more than 2 hours. I would have loved to see a little bit more background with the parents who divorced, what really led up to it. Was it this other woman, or, were you guys just not getting along anymore and you divorced? And then I would have liked to have seen a little bit more background with Beth. I mean, she held her own. She spoke up when she had to and expressed her displeasure and her indifference to everything that was going on. But I would have liked to see some more meat and potatoes with her character. But at the end, that last scene with Hugh Jackman and Beth was really, really powerful. I'll just leave it at that. It was very powerful. So if you are just kind of scrolling through Netflix, just kind of looking for something different, check out The Son. And I believe it came out in theaters some time ago, but I don't know if it lasted in theaters long. And when I saw it on Netflix, I'm like, yes, this is a movie I wanted to see. So check that out. All right, folks, I'm going to jump right into my Nailed It. And my Nailed It for this week is Will Smith in the movie The Pursuit of Happyness. Wow, you talk about somebody just having a bad string of luck. A struggling salesman who was relentless in pursuing employment because he became homeless. You've got this homeless man who's trying to find a job, who's also got his kid with him, who he's carrying along with him because his wife left him because he didn't have a job. And his determination, his charisma, his charm, his resilience, his determination were evident in this movie. And it's a true story. We all know that, but I don't know how many people could have done what this gentleman did in order to survive, to nail that job that was vacant and only one person was going to get it. But the scene in that movie that got me and had me crying all through the credits was the final scene when Will Smith got that job. He got on that elevator, he was trying to hold it in, and just went outside that building, and just the look on his face and the emotions that he displayed were just so powerful. So he is my nailed it for this week. Will Smith, The Pursuit of Happyness. All right, folks, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in, "Have you seen it?" with Denise, and there I will be. All right, moviegoers, you know what to do. Until next week, I need you to go see a movie because I'm going to see a movie. Bye-bye.